What's up, bro?
What's up, sir? How are you?
Wonderful, you?
I'm doing good. Can't
Good,
complain.
man. Good. Cool, man. Well, I got this recording on here. I just wanted to do kind of an interview style instead of like we took those pictures at the closing table, but the one thing that I always see on social media from every realtor is that they always just take a picture of themselves holding like a big key and says sold, and they just post like for sold with their client. And while I like that and I enjoy that, that's kind of cool. I wanted to do something different other than just posting like a we closed sign and just a picture of us two. And I would rather do this kind of dialogue style just to get a little bit more of the in depth behind the scenes from your perspective of what it was like working with me. Because I think that that's from my perspective, I feel like as a realtor, that's a little bit more beneficial for people who are looking for a realtor instead of just looking at someone's page and saying, well, they closed this one. It's like, well, why did they close it? What was their experience? What was the end user's experience, and would they continually recommend them to other people looking to buy or sell in real estate?
Step your game up. Heck yeah.
Cool, man. So what was for you, what was the most important factor when you were looking to sell your home? What was the most important factor in finding a real estate agent for you?
I would say most important factor is somebody that I trusted and that would really go to work for me and just make it a simple process. I think anytime you think about selling a home or buying a new one, you can kind of get overwhelmed with everything that's going on, all the paperwork, all the documents, just everything. So I really wanted to pick someone that I knew and trusted and would really go to work for me, and that's exactly what you did. Like it was such a smooth process and yeah, much better than I expected it, really.
Good, man. That's good to hear. That's one thing I absolutely strive for is to lay it all out there, to be open with my communication and letting everyone that I work with know each step of the process. That way they're following along and knowing what the process is, but also that just makes them aware of any of the issues that arise, any situation we run into. And I appreciate you saying that because communication is the big thing whenever I'm working with anyone. What made you choose me over any of the other agents?
Well, it seemed like you really knew the market and had a plan. And then one thing that really stuck out was just being really personable. You kind of went through each step, which I'm not really sure anyone's ever kind of gone into that much detail with me. But that's another thing that kind of built more rapport and trust along the way, going through each step and kind of telling me what to expect. Because, I mean, if you're not a realtor and you're not doing this all the time, you don't really know what to expect. So just kind of having that clear vision up front and tell me what to expect. This is what we're going to do. That really just kind of helped ease my mind. Again, building trust, back to the trust. I think that's huge, especially when someone's choosing a realtor. But that's I would say, the main thing. And then really, yeah, just your enthusiasm and being able to meet whenever, hop on the phone, just whatever, whenever. So that really goes a long way, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you feel about the strategy that I was going to use that I presented to you to market, price, and sell your home?
I think that was really smooth. Again, I didn't really know what to expect. And if I was doing it myself, who knows where I would have ended up. But I liked kind of the way you tackled it. Just kind of talking about where we wanted to be, and then just some tactics we can use to kind of get there. I think we listed it a little bit higher than what we were really going for, but at the end, it all kind of came together and worked exactly like you said it would from the beginning. So I think really just having that clear vision, and again, that made me more comfortable in it as well, because there's just so much to think about whenever going through this process. But really having just a plan and then a realtor like yourself to really lay it all out there makes the world of difference.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with any other realtors that have gone through like a seller's net sheet that showed you, if you sell your home for this, if we list it here and sell it for this, these are all the expenses that's going to come, and after it's all said and done, this is how much you will have at the closing table in your pocket?
I have not. That's another thing I still remember at Burger and Bowl. That was huge. I haven't seen anything like that, because that was another thing just kind of in the back of my mind. Well, if I'm selling it for this much and I'm wanting a house, listed at this price, what can I sell it for to be able to have enough for a down payment and leftover, whatever? Just have there's so many scenarios. So having that sheet and listing everything out really made a lot of sense. And it's something I hadn't seen before. So it really kind of put some more ease in my mind after we went through that.
Yeah, it's just it's wild to me that other realtors don't sit down with their sellers and walk them through how much money they are going to have in their pocket after all of their expenses are said and done whenever they sell their home. Now, obviously,
100%.
that's an estimated number based on what you list the house for, what it's priced at, what you sell it for, and then any of the expenses or anything that's negotiated within the deal. But it's insane that you can go through one of the most expensive sales of your life, selling your personal home and your personal residence, and no one sits down to explain to you the details of what money you're going to have left over. Were there any challenges during the process of selling your previous home or buying your current home, and how did we overcome any of those challenges?
Really, no. It was really impressive, just the whole process. I think the only issue I had was just tracking down a couple of my tax returns. Aside from that, everything was just super streamlined. You took care of everything. I mean, everything. So it made it extremely easy, much more simple than I was anticipating. So it really was the smoothest process that I've had buying a new house and selling mine.
Good, good. So we sold your home, and then the new home that we were looking for. How was the home search and buying process for you, getting to experience that?
It was cool. That's again, I like how you kind of laid it all out from our first meeting, going over all the numbers and then saying, what do you want? What don't you want? What side of town are you leaning towards? Or maybe leaning away from. So that really kind of helped me nail down specific areas, of course, with your assistance. And then I feel like I kind of got lucky. I think this was like the first house, maybe second, maybe first, that we went and looked at, and I loved it from the second I came and took a look. And there were a few issues that had nothing to do with you, just the buyers and the sell just on each side. So we had to you had to kind of work through that, do some negotiating, which went extremely smooth. So I really appreciate that. Didn't have, I guess, the easiest people to sell my house to. There was a lot that they wanted. They kind of wanted me to just give them the world, but you did great and professional and kind of just ironing that out and making everything kind of come together nicely. And here we are. So yeah, it went well and I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's my job and that's the reason why you hire a realtor is that in those situations, yes, you're trying to sell your home, you're trying to buy another one, but whenever it comes time to negotiations and inspections, if anything comes back, you don't want to be the one that has to handle and schedule out, well, now there's a plumber to come to inspect, and then going back and forth and negotiating with another realtor. If you've never done that before, or if you're not like you said, if you're not doing this every day, that's the reason you hire a realtor is to come in and to be able to negotiate on your behalf, to be able to fight those battles for you, and to get the most money and the best outcome for selling your house that we possibly can. And that's all I was trying to do in the entire process. I was communicating with you the entire way, letting you know every step. Hey, they came back with this. This is my recommendations. What would you like to do? And then we would renegotiate. Did that quite a few times, and then luckily we were able to work the deal out to where it worked out in your favor as well as the new buyer's favor. So, how did you feel at the closing table whenever we finally got there and we got to do the sell closing, and then we also got to do the buyer's closing? How did you feel?
It was definitely a weight off the shoulders. I was really excited. Again, I just feel like I couldn't have found a better house. So, yeah, it was really, I think I remember in my last time I bought a house too, it was just all the paperwork, all the documents and stuff. But I mean, everything just this was definitely the smoothest process. But of course, through the whole thing, you're just ready to get to the end, ready to get moved in and settled down. So it was nice to get there. And it just I don't know, I keep saying this, but it was just such a smooth process.
Good, man. I love that. Who was the lender that you worked with?
Jordan Iverson with Liberty Financial, I think.
How was it working with him?
Awesome. He was communicated with me a ton. He made everything very simple. They had an app that I used that was really well put together and kind of just man all the documents, all the tax returns, the W-2s. Again, something I wasn't looking forward to, but it was actually much simpler than I thought. And he, again, text message, phone calls, email. He constantly stayed in touch and was available anytime I had any questions. And still to this day, they're kind of following up. Hey, is everything going well? So highly recommend them as well. They were great to work with.
Good, man. Yeah, I love that. Would you recommend other people who are looking to buy or sell any other real estate? Would you recommend them working with me in my business?
100,000%. Again, I know it can be just a lot to chew on at first. You know, this is a big thing in your life, whether you're selling a home or trying to get into a new one. So you really want to get a realtor that's going to be there for you, have your back, and that's what you did throughout the whole process. So again, 100% recommend you to anybody that's looking to sell their home, get into a new home, whatever they want to do. So.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, I appreciate you saying that, and thanks for jumping on this meeting and going through some of these questions. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to be your realtor, to help you sell your home, but then also to be able to help you double side that and to buy your new home. And it was such a fun process.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, again, I appreciate everything. And yeah, again, to everybody out there, if you are looking to sell a home, get into a new home, reach out to this guy. It's a good decision, I promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Kyle, I appreciate you, my man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. Take it easy, man.
Yep. See you, brother.